Hello and welcome to my channel. So if you haven't seen the previous videos, which actually by the time, as I'm saying this, I haven't even edited them or published them yet because I wanted to wait until I was 12 weeks and past my 12-week scan. If you haven't seen them, please check them out. It will show you my IVF journey and my journey to this point, which has been slightly different from what I envisioned. I don't know how you say that. Thank you for joining me. I am 12 weeks and 1 day today. Still feeling very sick. Yesterday I wanted to make this video because, you know, like getting to the 12-week mark is so important, isn't it, for us pregnant ladies? And particularly in my case, because I put so much on this 12-week date. So I've been really sick, not actually being sick, but just feeling so incredibly nauseous all the time, which has got slightly better. I'm not in bed all the time like I was before. I mean, I'm sure when I edit those videos and I just see myself in bed the whole time, it will bring it back. But yeah, so I have been better, but it's still pretty bad. So yesterday I needed to log off work because I felt so ill and just lay down and relax because it's literally the only thing that will make me feel better. What other symptoms have I had? None really. I came off my IVF medication yesterday, so no more estrogen and progesterone for me. Hopefully that's going to stop my bloating. My bloating's been pretty bad in the evenings. Like I look like I'm like 6 months pregnant every evening. Another side effect, I'm so tired. Side effect, another, I'm so tired, my brain doesn't work. Yeah, so the bloating, the sickness, tiredness, and the fact that my brain just isn't engaging, I think that is all of my side effects really, and gas, but I guess that's the bloating for you. If I'm honest, so this, I look back at my 12 weeks and I've always wanted to be pregnant. I've always wanted to be in this position that I am in now. And I just did not imagine it would be like this. I don't know what I thought it would be like. I've been so anxious. I'm scared. Every scan, every like pregnancy test I took, I'd be scared that it was going to get lighter because of the, you know, what happened last time. Every scan I've been expecting bad news. I did not expect, you know, you go through IVF and you just want that big fat positive at the end of it. And you kind of see that as your end goal. You just need to get this positive, and it's not that at all. You get to that point, your anxiety ramps up another notch because you don't want that positive to go. You don't want your pregnancy test to start getting lighter. And then you start getting, if you're me, you start getting a bit obsessed with the HCG levels because that was going to be what guided me and helped me realise that, you know, hopefully I wasn't going to have a chemical pregnancy this time. And then you get a bit obsessed with the scans, and they're few and far between, so you have to just wait them out. Part of me finds this whole process really unbelievable and like I don't deserve it. So in my mind, I'm like, you know, when's it all going to fall apart? When am I going to get the bad news? I am 12 weeks, 2 days. Anyway, it is scan day. I'm so excited, but I have major scanxiety. So this is like a big milestone that I've put in my mind as I was talking before. When, you know, if this all goes well, then I can actually start to believe that I am pregnant and that I'm going to have a baby. I'm so excited, but I'm so nervous. I don't know if I'm nervous or it's just all excitement, or I don't know. Anyway, hurry up time, go fast. I had my 12-week scan and it was amazing. It was the best appointment that I've ever had. I was super nervous going in, as you know. They spend a lot of time like measuring arms and legs and checking that they've got like all their limbs, which was sweet. And the woman was just so incredibly kind. We had blood tests taken for the non-invasive pregnancy tests, so the NIPT. They test for things like Down syndrome and some other syndromes, like I think it's Patu syndrome or something, I don't know how to pronounce it, but other kind of chromosome type issues. So yeah, we're waiting to get that back. And yeah, so today, give you a bit of an update around where I am now. So I am 13 weeks and 2 days, 13 weeks and 1 day, something like that. I think it's 13 weeks and 2 days, no, 1 day. Anyway, and I feel great. I feel great. So the sickness has obviously slowly been getting better. At the weekend, I had a wee bit of sickness, not much, but what I'm now getting is just severe bloating. I always had bloating throughout, as you know, but it's just a lot now. In the evenings, I look like I'm about to give birth. It's the belly is so big. So yes, but I'm so pleased that I don't feel sick. So yesterday we went out for dinner for the first time. So 13 weeks, 1 day is, I'm in a good place. Today marks week 15 on the dot today. So I thought I'd come here and give you a bit of an update. So I'm still feeling marvellous. I don't feel sick anymore. I'm still bloated in the evenings. I'm so hungry all the time. Food is literally all I think about. To the point where somebody messaged me earlier today and was like, oh, I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. And I almost replied saying, yeah, I'm really looking forward to where we're going to go for lunch. So yeah, so symptoms wise, tiredness is a bit of a killer, but headaches. So I'm thirsty a lot and I've always struggled to maintain my fluid intake. I find drinking really challenging. I don't find it easy to drink as much as I'm meant to. But if I don't drink enough, and even if I've drunk as much as I can, I still get headaches in the night and in the morning. They're not that bad if I've had a lot to drink, but if I haven't, I wake up and my head's like splitting. Now I'm not sick, I'm really enjoying it. I wish I could relax a bit more and just know everything's going to be okay. Good afternoon. So I am 16 weeks and 2 days pregnant today, and give you an update of how I'm feeling. Bloated, gassy. And I asked another pregnant friend the other day if she felt the same, and she didn't. So I don't know whether it's just me. Maybe my baby might be just gassy. I might have a gassy baby. Take after its father. So yes, it's getting cold. I mean, we're still only in October, but this is like my fattest, warmest jumper and I love it very much. And I'm so tired today. I'm worrying a little bit about my weight, to be honest, because I just can't stop eating or thinking about food. To be fair, I am eating the right stuff. I do have a little chocolate bar next to me, but generally I'm not craving chocolate or very many sweets. I'm just hungry, so like I'm happy to eat like nice food if it's available. And yesterday we booked in for a private gender scan because I can't wait any longer. I always said if ever I got pregnant, I would want to wait until right at the end to have a surprise. And as romantic as that notion was, I got pregnant and then I got really impatient. I mean, I've been really impatient this whole process, but super impatient. I wanted to find out the gender, so we found out the gender yesterday. And I'm going to share that with you, along with some very strange picture that they present it with. So yes, it's a girl. So I'm not sure the world is quite ready for a mini-me, but a mini-me is what you're going to get. So we're really, really happy. We would have been happy with either gender, to be honest. What made us super happy was just to see that everything looked like it was developing really nicely on the scan. The scan was really different this time from last time. Like, you could see brains, you could see bones, you know, just the form of the baby looked like a bit more baby-ish. So it was a really, really lovely scan, and we were just both really happy afterwards. And it's weird because I just don't know how I would have reacted either way. I just felt like the whole thing was really surreal. So we're gonna have a little girl next year, so that's wonderful. So yes, 16 weeks, feeling really good, not feeling sick, just feeling all the side effects that I mentioned previously. I'm really thirsty, and actually I've struggled with making sure that I drink a lot the whole way through this pregnancy, and a lot of the time I wake up in the night and I feel fuzzy headed through dehydration, but having one of these just with me the whole time means I'm just constantly drinking, and I haven't been getting that weird fuzzy head. So if I give you any tips, it's get a big fat bottle and just carry it with you. So today I am 18 weeks and 2 days pregnant. Time is going so fast but also so slow. I feel big. I feel like a little bit of a whale. I've always been so teeny, and now I am putting on weight and my body's changing really quickly, and it doesn't feel like me, which freaks me out. Hungry all the time, started snoring, which is unpleasant, still really bloated in the evenings. I mean, this pregnancy lark is not very glamorous at all. I do feel pregnant. I think I've started to feel the baby. Well, I know I have, but it's really light and not often, and it's quite strange. It doesn't feel like butterflies or flutters of like people have said. It feels like kind of, I don't know, like I don't know, I can't explain it, like movement in there, but not like flutters, or it's not light. It doesn't feel light like that. Not that it feels hard at all, but it's more like, it feels like more like deliberate move, not deliberate, but it feels more like movements than flutters, is all I can say. Good morning. It is now, I am now 19 weeks and 3 days pregnant, which is amazing. It's like nearly halfway, which is crazy. So a few things to mention. I mentioned before that I'm starting to feel some things. I'm definitely feeling things now. The last week, the movements have definitely got stronger. The last 2 days, they've got a lot stronger actually. There's no like elbows sticking out or anything, but you can definitely feel like rolls or kick. I don't know what they are. It never felt like butterflies. So when people are like, oh, so you felt it, so it feels like butterflies, I'm like, no, it's not ever really felt like butterflies. It feels like movements. So that is how I'm feeling there. I don't feel sick. I feel great. Energy wise, not that good. Eating wise, like, I mean, I'm looking on this and I'm like, wow, I'm getting, but I'm happy. So bump wise, it's getting quite big, and there's things people don't tell you about pregnancy and bumps, because I was in the shower doing what you do in the shower and I can't see myself anymore, if you can read between the lines of what that means, and that was quite a shock. I'm like, what? Of course, but never thought about it, and what? So that's a bit weird. Work's been really full on and quite stressful. Next week I'm off and we are going to St Lucia to go and bankrupt an all-inclusive resort, because I can eat a lot. And I just feel happier and more relaxed about everything. I think feeling the movements has been a complete game changer to me. I'm not like worried that something's gone wrong in there. Although when I say that, I'm like, oh, you're tempting fate, but I'm not worried about that. I know that she's okay because I can feel her. So there's that. The one thing I am worried about is that after 20 weeks you're not meant to sleep on your back, and I've been sleeping on my back a lot. So, but that is my week 19 update, and yeah, I'm in a really good place. This has probably been my favourite week. I'm really happy that I don't feel sick, and I'm happy that I can feel things, so I'm not stressing about that. And I'm really happy to be going on holiday for the week. I'm 22 weeks pregnant now. I went on holiday when I was 20 weeks. We went to St Lucia and had the most amazing time. Because I'm not huge, I mean I feel huge, but I'm not like absolutely ginormous, but you can tell I'm pregnant. I got a lot of attention, which I like, but you know, I wasn't too big that I couldn't just enjoy myself and have a great time. So it was really, really good. And actually we got upgraded on the way out there, which was amazing due to a friend. And on the way back we were in economy, right at the back of the plane, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, so it was great. Let me give you a bit of an update on symptoms. So I feel big, really big. My body's changing so fast I can't keep up with it. I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but I can't see myself anymore, if you know what I mean, which is very strange. I'm itchy a little bit, like right down the bottom. That itches a lot, and because my clothes have got tighter, even though I'm wearing maternity stuff, I don't know, I must just be really big or something. Things dig in, and like underwear digs in, and those kind of things are quite annoying. So I'm 26 weeks pregnant now, and I just wanted to give you a bit of an update on how I've been feeling. So I feel a lot bigger, a lot of stretching going on. I'm really suffering with my stomach still. So when I spoke to you before about like my digestion issues, I'm still really suffering with digestion issues. I can't sleep anymore, so I'm constantly awake between like 1 and 3. And the last couple of nights have been a bit better, but generally between 1 and 3, I'm like bang, wide awake. And then because I don't have much else to do, I just go on my phone, which is probably the worst thing you can do. But I'm putting on a lot of weight around my face, which I'm not too worried about. I'm eating so much, like it would be a miracle if I didn't put on weight around my face. And I'm getting really hot feet at night, like super hot feet that are quite uncomfortable. And on top of that, I'm getting restless legs. I had a 4D scan the other day, and we saw her. I don't know what I was expecting, maybe like a perfect photo of what she looked like or something, I don't know. But the pictures are quite distorted, aren't they? I don't think the technology is quite there yet. But anyway, she's in there and she's happy and she's kicking about quite a lot. And I'm obsessed with crushed ice. So I've bought an ice crusher, and I must go through about 20 ice cubes a day. Like, yeah, I'm constantly craving crushed ice, and I love it. Like, the first taste of crushed ice just is amazing. I am 28 weeks pregnant today, which is very exciting, and I had an appointment with the anaesthetist. So because I had scoliosis and I've got quite a long spinal fusion, I need to have an appointment with the anaesthetist and then an appointment with the obstetrician, I hope I'm pronouncing these right, to understand my options for giving birth. Essentially, I didn't realise, but an epidural and a spinal block when you have your C-section are slightly different. So one goes so far and gets the nerves like on the outside of a sac that is surrounding your spinal cord, and the spinal block for the C-section goes a bit further, goes into the sac, which is on the outside of your spinal cord. And then you have a third option. If those don't work or there's a problem with them, then you have a general anaesthetic, and if you have to have that, then your partner can't be in the room, obviously. So things are a bit up in the air for me because I've got quite a lot of work done. They don't really know how bad the scarring is inside, so my spinal fusion comes down quite low, so they think they can get something in, but they don't really know what they're going to find when they're in there. They might find that there's scar tissue. So I am thinking about having an elective cesarean, so I will confirm that next week, I think, or maybe the week after. And my reasoning is, one, a natural birth I think is too risky for my spine with all the work that I've had done. I really do think it is. I don't think the epidural is going to work on me. I think there's a high chance that it's not going to. And the implications of that are, you know, limited pain relief if a labour is going well. and if it isn't going well and I need to have an emergency, then being put straight to sleep. So it's a big decision, but I just think if I have an elective C-section, then I'm going to have time. They're going to take their time to try and get the spinal block to work a lot more than they could do if it was an emergency situation. Yeah, who knows? So I've got my obstetrician appointment in 7 days, so let's see what they say. There should be an update, and then I'll need to make a decision. So I am now 33 weeks. Where has the time gone? I don't know, but you may notice that I'm looking a little bit more round in the chops, definitely round in the belly. Just to give you, I guess, a little bit of a flavour of what's been happening, nothing much. I've just been getting bigger and bigger. I've been getting a few more aches and pains, so I went through a stage where my back really hurt for a while, and then now that's gone. I think I just slept funny, but now my groin hurts a lot, and I think that's the word for it. Sorry, I'm really paranoid about how big my face looks since I've been getting so much bigger. But yeah, my groin, so like the actual leg joints where they join up, painful. No, not painful, achy, bit achy. Really struggling to sleep. So, as I'm sure you know, you're not allowed to lay on your back to sleep. You're not advised. If you do end up on your back, like, it's fine, but you're not advised to be on your back. So you have to sleep either side. Left side, I think, is the best side to sleep. And I'm a front sleeper, so it's just not comfortable for me. Sometimes I do lay on my back to try and get back to sleep. I've got a lot to do, a lot to prepare in the house. One of the biggest things was my C-section got booked in. So I had scoliosis and my spine is fused. We just decided that a planned C-section would be best for me. So that's booked in for the 29th of March, which is a week before my due date. I'm going to start doing my hospital bag. I might actually look up some YouTube videos to give me some inspo. Yeah, it's getting exciting. I'm hungry all the time, which accounts for the wider chops, but I'm trying not to let it get me down. I mean, I'm human, so when I look in the mirror, I'm like, whoa, this does not look like you, Chris. But, you know, I really do want to enjoy this experience, so I'm pushing myself to not worry so much about the weight gain. Hi everybody, I am 35 weeks and 1 day pregnant. Yeah, things are progressing, so I am much larger. Looks like I've got a football in my shirt. My face is just so big, I don't recognise it. If it doesn't move, I'll eat it. So eating a lot, my appetite is huge. I'm starting to get really tired. My breathing is still quite restricted sometimes. I'm noticing that, like, my fingers are hurting, and I'm carrying like quite a lot of water and stuff in my ankles sometimes. So when I have socks on and I take them off, I've just got like these big dents. And yes, so all glamorous stuff is happening, and now I've got 3.5 weeks left of work, and I'm starting to think maybe I might need to do half days soon because I'm so tired and we've got so much to do in the house. So I am generally really excited. I'm just really nervous about the recovery and the pain, and yeah, it just, once you're pregnant, I think you think to yourself, it's got to come out one way or another, and actually both ways do not sound particularly appealing. Both ways sound painful. So I am 36 weeks pregnant and had a scan, which was great because it's great to see her at 36 weeks. She's got a lot of hair and apparently very large, juicy lips, as the sonographer said. But also, so she's like in the 50th percentile for everything, so really average, except her belly is in the 97th percentile. So she's got quite a big buku, little gut going on, and apparently that is like an indicator for gestational diabetes. So I've been taking my blood sugars now 4 times a day for the last week, I do get some red readings. I noticed that I was getting red readings when I didn't wash my hands beforehand, so just got to be really good with that. But my readings aren't really that high, so they say they're just going to keep an eye on it, but like, there's nothing really they can do. But yeah, the countdown is on. It feels like it's come around so fast. 36 weeks, I honestly can't believe it. Like, you know, when you're in your first trimester, you kind of dream about this time. But yeah, I'm really happy.